ChatGPT Business and what the access to private data means with a live demo. This is V. Welcome to Agentic. Let's go. Before we talk about what the ChatGPT Business is, when you sign up, you will see a welcome screen. This is the one that I just did. And important to say straight away that it's made to use at work. And that means that by default and not training. What I mean by default, that it can be enabled. Overall, it isn't trained. ChatGPT can answer any questions, help you to learn, write code, brainstorm together. That's normal. Pretty much any ChatGPT can do out there. And of course, a usual warning that comes with pretty much any AI product these days, and that's check your facts for anything important. Once you sign up for it, it will ask you, what is your role? So I am the business owner, information technology. Let's go. Now, there is another mandatory warning that ChatGPT now has a memory, and that means ChatGPT will remember your conversation in between different chats. It will try and customize and memorize and will use that history. But ultimately, you are still in control. If you go back into settings, you will be able to remove individual memories and control it. And of course, they're asking you, do you want to enable it or not? I would highly recommend enable. From personal experience, it makes the productivity so much better and so much higher. Now, the next step, and that's the new feature that's been released today, and that's connecting the apps. This is where the secret of the private data comes in. The apps can be found in the connectors in the setting of the ChatGPT Business. And over here, you can see all sorts of different options. I'll start with one, HubSpot. Then next one, select HubSpot Connect, continue to HubSpot. I have a number of accounts available to me. For this particular demo, I'll select the account that we use for testing. It will ask me to accept the connectivity permissions. And just like that, the HubSpot is now connected. Now, if you're a business manager or business owner like me, you know it's quite a challenge to review the data available on the HubSpot. There's just so much of it. It's in so different places in many different locations. Now, let's see what deep research on the ChatGPT can do. Here's the HubSpot that we're using. Don't worry about the data. None of it is real. These are various deals that open on my name, open on other people's names with the various values in various stages. Let's ask ChatGPT to do a deep research on HubSpot, and I will ask it to produce a pipeline report. Because it's a deep research, it's going to ask a couple of clarifying questions, check and quickly answer, and let's go. While ChatGPT is researching, how about we connect my Outlook calendar and review the meetings that I have set up for tomorrow? Can we go in Tools, Connectors, Add Sources, Connect More, select Outlook Calendar, and connect. It's going to pop up and it will ask to authenticate. I will consent on behalf of the organization because some administrators and other team members will be using this too. And just like that, we have Outlook Calendar connected also with the deep research functionality. While we're building our sales pipeline from a HubSpot, let's go and ask ChatGPT to do a review of all the meetings planned for tomorrow. So search connectors. I already added the Outlook. So if I go in Outlook Calendar, already added, and we need to enable deep search. Run a deep search. So search Outlook Calendar and list all meetings planned for this next week. List any conflicts that I might forgo. Because again, it's a deep research, it will ask some clarification questions. To help you with the request, could you please confirm if you would like me to look for overlapping or back-to-back meetings as potential conflicts? Also, should I include tentative and decline meetings or only confirm? I'll say overlaps only and only confirmed meetings. As it's doing the research, on the right-hand side, we can see the way it's thinking. So it defined the current week, the current period, and the next week as well. It's stated again, what is it that they're trying? It's refining the search strategy. It's crafting the minimal query string, testing known colleagues' names to identify relevant events. And then it's actually going to open the Outlook calendar. Notice that some of my meetings don't have any attendance. So it's clearly aware how Outlook API is working, and it's considering different terms and parameters for that API to use. As someone that created multiple integrations with Outlook API, I know it may not necessarily be the simplest. And it's great to see them working around that and integrating it. It's noticed again how different type of commas and parameters can confuse the system. We'll leave it be to think, and we'll go back to HubSpot to have a look at what has come up. So what we're seeing over here, it's set out to work. It was thinking for 12 minutes and 35 sources. So that's the actual result that we can export and share wider. The HubSpot deals funnel by stage. It gave us an overview. It created a table. It put all the different deals based on where they are, closed, won, and otherwise, and the number of deals. And the table itself did a stage-by-stage breakdown. It has references, so each of these references lead back to the individual deal. So if I want to open it, I could just right-click and it will get me straight into that record. So if I want to see more information, more details, it's right there. It has additional information, 4 deals, no deals in presentation scheduled, contract sent, closed, won, and that. On the right-hand side, we can see how it was thinking about it, how it was retrieving additional information, and what was it? It said it had 35 sources. And if we have a look at all of the deals here, so it 22 records, so it must have visited most of the deals there and then some to retrieve the necessary information. This could potentially save hours and hours of work. It depends on what you do in your everyday life. But if you have lots of files to parse, it avoids moving the files and uploading them to ChatGPT like the way sometimes it had to be done before. It can save hours and hours in every day, depending on what you do. But of course, on the other side, it's not intuitive yet. Really easy to connect sources, which is great, but it takes some time to pull the data out. So maybe not the best for relatively simple queries or for some of the reporting, but 12 minutes is a significant amount of time for a single query. If we're looking at the Outlook query, it's still ongoing. And all what I was asking is to have a look at my meetings for the next 2 weeks and bring up any of the conflicts, and yet it's still searching. Within this period of time, I could have already done it myself by opening Outlook and resolving any of the conflicts I might have. And needless to say, this is only will bring the data from my Outlook into ChatGPT. At this point in time, ChatGPT doesn't have any write access to your systems. These connectors, all of them is a one-way. Underneath each of the connector, all what it is a MCP server for that particular application, which at the moment, the way it's configured, it allows the ChatGPT only to talk to the system to retrieve the data in a deep research mode, and then talk about it to summarize and analyze it. The ChatGPT at this point in time doesn't have any access to go back to your system and change and modify it. So what do you think? Do you like this? Do you think you will save it every day? Do you think this is the killer app for you to upgrade to ChatGPT Business? Perhaps you're already on Business and this is the feature that you needed to boost the productivity and to boost the use of it. Let me know in the comments.
Like and subscribe.